Hello, hello. How are we all? I hope we are all okay. We be live on another Friday. Turn that off. How the devil are we all? Hope we're well.
You're 2 blocks behind first and second.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Oh, heavens.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be
Heavens.
sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We've a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Oh, dear me. Oh, excuse me. What the hell? What the hell, man?
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can.
Okay.
This is 650 North Hobart.
Roger, roger, roger.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap.
We're probably quite near the end of the game, aren't we? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can you drive to this one?
I hope we've all had fantastic Fridays.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
On the new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
Well, heavens. That sounds bad.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Not really.
Looks like the same model.
Reginald Varley. Oh my God.
This is the flashpoint. The heater detonated with enough force to expose the foundations.
Heavens. Heavens. Sorry, chaps. I'm here.
Do you have a name?
Oh my God.
Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Heavens.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Moved?
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved him into this room after the explosion.
It still
Oh,
doesn't
man.
make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Gross.
What are they doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
Gross. Well, it's a pick of the family.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world?
Poor
And how
people.
big heaven would have to be to accommodate them bigs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Oh,
Evidence?
fuck.
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
What else can we find? Anything? Of course there's not going to be an upstairs. The fucking house burnt down, you dick. Doesn't seem to be anything. Ooh. There was something there. Okay. Why the word is the word Ralph on there? That's what I want to know. How do I get back outside? How doth one use feet to move around building? Oh, good. Boy, I'm knackered.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story.
Okay.
You getting this?
Oh, Christ. Sorry.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Let's talk, pal.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
Liar.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Okay.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
Oh, me. That's disgusting.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Okay. Cheers, bruh. Is there clues or something? I've already spoke to this guy. Or do we have to find the clues as we go? Well, that was C. What was this one then? B and A. Okay.
Never the same, are they?
Okay. Well, we found all the clues here. What else is there to find? We've already spoke to... It's saying to speak to him, I think, but we've already spoken to him. Ah, shoes.
suckers they ain't.
We've had a look at these, haven't we? Right. What's this? There's got to be something somewhere around here then. Can I go in his house? No. What the hell? What the hell? Okay. So it's around here. Paper?
How did you get my number, Ira?
At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do.
I'd like you to come back to the clinic.
I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven. Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose.
Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor.
Oh.
After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Oh.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
Heavens. Ooh, pardon me. Okay. Right, there's got to be something in here somewhere then. Wait.
It doesn't appear to be connected.
Okay.
Incidental.
It's a torch. It's a baseball.
Doesn't look like anything. It's a burnt up iron. Junk.
Okay. So do we go downstairs? There's got to be something down here. Something we've missed. One of these shelves or something. It's the hammer of 4. Or not. Pair of pliers. Nothing. 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 Huh. Okay. Well, I don't have a fucking clue where the stuff is. Yeah, that's a torch. What's that? Is that a hidden room? It's a room we can't get in, obviously. Do tut fire. I don't know. This neighbor? No? I don't really know.
You know the way. You can drive.
Morelli House Fire. There's something here then. Locations. There's only that. Intuition. Okay, it's not letting me... So what the hell, man? Ooh. What was that? Ooh, cigarettes.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Okay.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere. Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
You sure, Mr.
He
Foreman?
lied.
There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Jeez.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
It's the swan.
Paper crane.
Or a crane.
There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
Well.
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Oh, I see you already have one.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Okay. Cheers, bro.
I think I see a body.
You didn't see a body, do you? Heavens.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective. The address is 748
Ooh,
North
from me.
Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks.
Ooh,
Can you put me through,
heavens.
operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Of course, here you are.
Commander?
Leads in the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe. He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's at that end.
Is
Check out
it?
Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Well, let's go there then.
Shame about Shep. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Want to bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him
Yeah,
for
they
risking
would've.
cigarettes and matches.
Yeah, they would have. Oh, excuse me.
Times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
Oh, heavens.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own
It
property.
is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
You sorry sack.
Black and blue.
That's done it, Cole. We're gonna have to pacify these poor saps.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna bust you right in the mouth.
You ain't gonna do shit, son.
Oh, you're going down, you piece.
You ain't doing shit, son. Cause you're down, bitch.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
Okay, we can't go. Oh, the music stopped. Why? Oh. Dodgy brick.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Oh, heavens.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
Okay. Okay, we can do that, Herschel.
You're behind the wheel.
So what do you want?
Ooh, heavens. Heavens above. Bum 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 bada 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 bum. We gonna get the sack for this.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Cheers.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Thanks then.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
Yeah, we
I'm
would.
afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Concede.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office. Like a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
Um. Hold on a second. Ooh, look at the sexy place.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise
Is
on
his eyes
radio
shut?
and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
What's your
Fuck
connection to the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
It's an organization of civic-minded individuals whose goal is to make the city a better place for its inhabitants. Something I was proud to be asked to join.
Is it?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
I can't tell if his eyes are open or shut.
2 families are dead, Mr. Monroe. This isn't a question of criminal liability. We're looking at conspiracy to commit murder.
Do you know who you're talking to, son? You want to use incendiary language like that with me? I suggest you should leave immediately.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Bullshit.
There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Yeah, I can. There you go.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Oh, yeah.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them?
Yes.
The arsonists. Do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills. You suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list.
Cheers, boy.
Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Uh-oh.
Glad to be of help.
Uh-oh.
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Herbert Chapman.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Does she have a phone? Nope. Does she have a phone?
Your boss is a fine man.
No. Hold on. There was a telephone upstairs, but I can't be asked to go back up there, so we'll go over here.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Oh,
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
Cheers, then. Cheers, then. Oh, God.
A beautiful face delivers love for me in it. Give me your heart, and baby, I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that. You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
I don't like
She's
him.
in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about the boy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned. Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company. I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here. Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle.
Oh, heavens.
Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe.
Yep.
So was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done. KGPL. 11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Well.
You can drive.
You're driving, bitch. Because I'm lazy. Oh, crushed alive. Ay, 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 ay.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him, too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind of problem.
Let's take a look at the car.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Mosquito repellent.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Ammunition.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed. Definitely gives him opportunity.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Great.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Okay, I'm moving.
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. The suspect is the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control.
How does this end?
Driving dangerously. Get a stay on code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Well, we're not going to because we keep bumping him.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Look, Cole, the side plate. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Oh shit. Oh shit. God damn it. God damn it.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat.
Ah!
Shit. He's seen us.
Yes, he has.
Cops. Again.
He has. So therefore we have to do this chase again.
We gotta move fast, Cole.
Ugh.
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar, currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously.
Come on, shoot him out.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Oh, man. Oh, heavens.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Yeah. We know.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Where is he? Get down, son.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. It's hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
True.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement.
Oh, shit.
I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Let's be honest with this man, Cole. He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Oh. Hmm. Ooh, we only got 2 questions wrong. It's not bad. It's not bad going at all. Oh, heavens.
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
Oh, we actually get to play as... Oh my
There's
god.
no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the settlement.
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay. Let me get the case file.
Mm-hmm. Well, I never knew you get to play as him.
There's got to be more in these files.
Pa. The policy number doesn't match, right?
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss.
Right. Okay.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
What are you talking
Fucked
about,
it.
Lichtman? This was an industrial accident.
How do you know that?
Because it says right here in black and white.
Do you believe everything that you read, Mr. Perso?
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
Liar. You was fucking, weren't you?
Me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
Oh.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
Oh, I mean.
Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
Ooh.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
Oh.
The address. Not the phone number.
She a slag. She's a bit of a whore, isn't she?
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll lock you up.
Heavens. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Of course he has the biggest office.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job.
Oh, heavens.
Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Well, heavens.
Your car, Mr. Kelso?
Thanks, kid.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, fucking die. So tired. Elysian Fields. Oh. Hello, open office. I will take that.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Well, heavens.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Bulldozing and starting again.
Well, heavens.
Hey! You just
Oh,
can't
me.
be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
Oh, God.
Nope. Still ain't sunk in, buddy.
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate, 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Heavens. Demolished house. Set as destination. Meow, 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 meow. Oh my God.
The place falls down, and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
Oh. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Ugh! Okay. There's got to be more to it than this. Alright.
Let's try to piece this together. That's not right.
Nope.
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Oh. Heavens.
Son of a bitch. Oh, shit.
Oh, my crust. Oh, my crust.
Come on, Jack.
Run, bitch, run!
Sorry, pal. Just when I thought we were starting to get on.
Well, he certainly,
Rehab is for quitters.
Really? Okay. Rehab is apparently for quitters.
This?
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
No, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Well. Let's get back in the car then, pal. Keystone Film Studios. Set as destination. And we'll grab another beer whilst we're at it.
Another musical favorite.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident. Here? No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue. So? I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since '41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here,
Nah.
I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Nice.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
Nice. Right, where would... Look. Oh, for me. Screening room?
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
Ooh.
And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser. So, how is your new development selling, Leland? Cannot throw them at fast enough range. And that's part of the problem. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing is
There we go.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GIs.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor.
Wow,
Mr.
heavens.
Attorney Don Sandler and Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company.
You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity.
I find that those of artistic temperament
are often of a fragile mental disposition.
It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry. Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw him up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing.
God damn it, Ray.
Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now, that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money.
There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Of course, Curtis.
So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
Well.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GIs.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon, editor of the Times. Doctor, District Attorney.
Well, let's go then. Heavens.
Operator, think you could put me through to police dispatch? Thanks.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Luke Buckwalter.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr.
Heavens.
Thank you.
Heavens. Oh, excuse me.
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
Ah, okay. So, wait, what? He walked in to then walk around the corner?
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
Oh, heavens. Heavens. How does one get in? Ah, like this.
Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark.
Wow. So... how does one see?
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few caps in that.
Time for you to lose some teeth.
Ah!
I'm about to break the goddamn jaw.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll lay you out quick.
Shouldn't have tangled with me, friend. Son of...
Hell yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, heavens.
You're a worn, tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk.
Oh, Christ. We gonna die?
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. Pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park.
Oh my God.
We'll deal with that German bitch next.
No. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Wait, how the hell did he get out?
Elsa.
What the hell? Sorry, pal. Desperate times.
Oh, my Christ. Ah! Oh, God. Well, this is a lie. Heavens. This is tense.
Monroe owns the city. Owns the cops. I need to find Elsa.
Mate, all I can suggest is that you just let it go. Hashtag Frozen reference.
What's your problem?
Oh, that was a close call. This is a very stressful situation. No. This is even worse. I've got fucking 3 of them on me now.
I've got a job.
Heavens.
Where are they? Is that the last of them?
I don't know if that was, to be honest. I'm a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is he driving so slowly? Why is he driving so slowly? He's gonna find out that what's his name is in the apartment, isn't he? And then be really pissed off. And then she's probably going to be pissed off that we didn't come to him sooner, etc., etc.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
Oh,
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
heavens. Whew. pardon me. That's disgusting.
Satchel charges on the cave entrance from above. Covering fire on weapons team. Look for snipers in the trees. You know the drill. No risks, no heroes, no prisoners.
You want some roast on this one, Sarge?
No, you guys have done enough. Head back to Webb's. We are going to blow every cave we come across. Close them down and move on, people.
Damn. I was hoping to get me a samurai sword.
Skipper says that Phelps has fallen behind again. He's got his fire teams checking every cave. He's lost another flamethrower. He wants you to get over there and hurry them along.
Hoboon, Weapons Company.
Sir.
Sir.
We have a major cave complex in front of us, Hogaboom. I want flamethrowers and BAR teams to clean it out.
Begging your pardon, sir. But if it's a big complex, why don't we bring the Shermans in? They could pour it in there.
We can't wait for tanks to be brought up. I'm already behind.
Then blow the cave. No skin off our nose. Bury them.
We are going in there and clearing them out. We are doing it by the numbers, Sergeant. Get your team in place. We're moving out. Mount up! First fire team and flamethrowers!
Wow. Heavens. Oh, shit. They're everywhere.
Where's he going?
Where's who going?
The big cowboy. He's going in. Who gave that order?
You did.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, heavens. He's in a bad way, boys.
Hello, Miss Lichtman. How long have you been sitting there?
Not long, Mr. Kelso.
You look lovely, Princess. You haven't exactly caught me at my best. It's okay, Miss Lichtman. I'm a big boy. I know how to take my licks.
Please, call me Elsa.
Oh my god.
Okay, Elsa? What can I do for you?
I'd like to explain because
I can join the dots, Elsa.
Cole needs your help, Jack. The police department have frozen him out.
Look, you're obviously a brave lady, but you can't fight all Cole's battles for it.
I just wanted to apologize for...
You don't have to apologize. You were right about Elysian Fields. Tell me something. What was Lou Buckwalter's regular job?
He was a carpenter. He built sets for RKO, Warner Brothers.
Set carpenter? Perfect.
Well, heavens.
If you don't mind, Elsa, I'd like to get a little rest now. I've got a lot more dots to join, and it's making my head hurt.
That's perfectly understandable, Mr. Jack. I hope we can meet again under less dramatic circumstances.
I hope so too, Princess.
Oh my god, stop calling her princess, man. That's a bit weird. Ugh. It's very weird.
You Kelso?
Who's asking?
Peterson, Assistant DA.
You're in the wrong building, Peterson. This is a hospital.
A wise guy. Let me tell you a story, Kelso.
Can I get the abridged version? My head hurts.
You're a funny guy, Jack.
What do you want, Peterson?
A colorful character mentioned your name. He said that you might know something about...
There's a problem with colorful characters, Peterson. First they send you over a drink, then they buy you dinner, then you get a phone call in the middle of the night for a favor. Try rubbing shoulders with some solid citizens. They're the ones you're supposed to protect.
You finished, Kelso?
For the moment.
I'm going to run for DA, Kelso. The current administration stinks.
And you want me to help?
I'm looking for a DA's investigator.
Ooh.
Get a gun and a badge and $120 a month.
I get $150 a month now.
I'm going after the Vice Squad, Kelso. It's going to get me elected.
I've got something better. How about Leland Monroe?
The property developer?
You think I fell down the stairs?
I hope everyone's Fridays are pleasurable.
Thanks for the patch-up, Princess. Might be the only R&R I get for some time.
Well, heavens. Hey, Custard, how are you? I hope you are well. I'm good, I'm good. I'm drinking some Corona beer, playing some games, you know, I think I'm living the dream. Ooh. I'm tired though. I'm sleepy. I'm a big sleepy bear. Big old sleepy bear. Number 2, wasn't it? Ooh, not me. Thought nobody drank Corona. You think you're living the dream? Yeah, I think so.
It's good to see you. You've caught me at a slightly inopportune moment. Can we do this some other time?
Back off, Curtis. Move away from the door.
Jack, there's no
Yeah,
call for that.
I think so.
You're smooth, Curtis.
You had a nap? Yeah, I had to have a nap earlier. It wasn't enough though.
You still managed to be polite about it.
Jack, how could you accuse me of having anything to do with that?
I want to know all about you and Monroe, Curtis. You give it up or I beat it out of you.
Get the fuck out of here, Jack. You're fired. Who do you think you are? Get out of town now while you still have the chance. You have no idea what kind of forces you're dealing with here.
I guess we've exhausted the passive options.
Oh.
Sit tight, Curtis. I'm taking a look around.
Oh, heavens. Yeah, it went alright. They're looking to open on the 21st of June, I should say. So, yes. We've got a month's worth of streams.
How old are you, Princess?
16, mister?
How old are you really?
Nearly 13.
Oh, heavens.
You take love where you can find it as you get older.
Love? That has nothing to do with love, Curtis.
Some might find your romantic.
I don't know, it's just when they've said they're
I find them
opening.
very tiring.
You're finished, Curtis.
That remains to be seen, Jack.
I haven't told you about my new job, Curtis. DA's investigator.
Who do you think the DA reports to, Jack?
Get dressed, you're getting out of here.
He's not so bad. He just lays on top of me and grunts for a few minutes. He's kind. And he buys me nice things.
Get dressed, you're leaving.
Well, heavens.
She will only come back.
Heavens. At least he doesn't fall asleep on it. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Cigars. We can't go through that door. We probably can't go through this door. Nope.
What exactly do you expect to find, Jack?
Ooh, oh me. Okay, a horse's head bust. Nice. Nothing on there.
To get all of the stockholders, I need to follow the paper trail.
Curtis Benson.
Jack, you've made a terrible mistake. Get out while you can.
Okay.
What exactly
I
do
knew
you
you were
expect
in
to
bed
find,
at the Legion,
Jack?
Curtis. Now I know why.
Ooh.
I want answers, Curtis. So pay attention.
Please, Jack. I'm not a violent man.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't get it, Curtis.
Oh.
You're vice president of the company. Why take the risk?
It's a simple business transaction, dear boy.
I don't know if it's lying or not. It's lying. Ah, we fucked it.
What is it with you people? How can you live any better? You already have houses, cars, yachts.
Greed and avarice are very powerful forces for change, Jack. Combine that with the city's desire for progress, and it's a very heady cocktail. You need to be a very special man to be able to resist that.
Well,
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You're talking about the future of Los Angeles. You cannot interfere with these plans.
Information, Curtis.
Business people who have joined forces to meet the demand for new homes.
Yeah, we know that.
There's more to it than just the homes.
But we
The
fucked
homes are
it.
junk. They were never built to move into.
Well done, Jack. You're a bright boy. Where does that get you?
Why the big payoff in the Buckwalter case? It was bound to bring it to attention.
Who could have predicted this particular confluence of events? Elsa Lichtman as the beneficiary who spurns the cash. The brilliant but flawed detective becoming her lover.
Because
And you, Jack, taking their bait.
we
You buy green lumber and use it to build houses. How do you expect it to
have
end?
recruited him to
Monroe has a
do
fine
an
reputation
investigation
building
for us.
houses. What would I know about his choice of building materials?
The DA
Oh,
will
we
cut
fucked
you a
it.
deal if you turn state's evidence.
Nice try, Jack. But I don't think so.
Very neat, Curtis. Maybe I can't work it out, but Phelps can. He may be many things, but he is one of the best detectives the LAPD has ever had.
Your card is marked, Jack. You'll have an unfortunate accident if you don't leave town.
Neither did I.
Your California isn't the same as mine, Mr. Benson. Not at all.
Neither did I. I assumed you were just playing as the one guy, but clearly not. Yeah.
York and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is...
Oh my god. Oh. Heavens.
What the hell?
I'm just going up to my office, Barty. Gotta check over some files.
Take the elevator.
First door on the right when you come out. You know the way, Kelso.
Take the elevator. Early bedtime for me? Yeah, I think so. I work today. Where I don't normally work Fridays, so yes. And annoyingly, I've only managed 2 streams this week because of tiredness.
I didn't come to California to be
But yeah.
So, Curtis, what is it you don't want me to see? Insured replacement value for the house is $900. Current value of the house and land is $3,500. Christ, how many of these dumps are we carrying on the books?
I don't think I'm busy this weekend.
There's got to be more in these files.
Yeah, I don't think I'm busy.
There's something else in that report. I know it.
Yeah, what am I looking for though?
34 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
I have a Detective Phelps of the LAPD here to see you.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Have a seat, Cole. Where's the go-between? She's awful easy on the eye for a foreign girl.
Does that private dick petter actually work on anyone, Kelso? It's not your style. You were always a little more direct.
This is your dime, officer.
Would you have helped me if I asked, Jack? A little chuck on the shoulder, shot of Semper Fi.
Fuck you, Cole. Be a man. Why send a woman to do your dirty work?
It's got good clothes.
You're a cop. Why do you want my help?
That sucks.
Thought a PI might be a little more discreet.
I'm no gumshoe. I used to be an investigator for this company before your investigation got me fired.
Sorry to hear that, Jack. I'm sorry about a lot of things.
Is that an apology, Cole?
Is this where they make up?
It's a feeble attempt at one, yes. Look, Jack, it's a murder case, and I need help to solve it.
So what's it got to do with Elysian Fields developments?
They're in it somehow. The flyers keep turning up whenever I find a domestic fire.
Put on a lot of weight this last lockdown. George no longer fits in his work-worthy clothes. I feel that pain
more money than they can count.
more than you'd like to know.
What's turned them into killers?
So you believe me?
More than you would like to know. I feel that.
Look, Jack, I'm sorry. But if not for me, do it for some of the poor saps who are dying. Or some of the leathernecks who are getting grifted. How about it, Jack?
I know you, Cole. You're still beating yourself up over that medal on Sugarloaf. The medal you think you didn't deserve, but you just don't get it. Nobody deserves a medal. It's just the ridiculous situation you find yourself in and how you react to it. You think you failed up on that hill. But courage isn't a tap you can turn on or off. Courage isn't permanent. It's a tenuous and fickle thing. Courage and cowardice exist in every man. Get over it.
You got it off your chest.
I guess I have.
Can you help me, Jack?
I'm thinking about it.
He got beaten up.
Hall of Records is the place to start.
He got beaten up big time. Yeah, that's why he was in hospital. Oh.
Hello there.
You need some help there, sir?
It's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The Land Registry Office. Where is it?
Just up the stairs.
Thanks.
What's that? We found a hidden shield. Okay. Sweet. Land Registry Office. Where? In here? Clearly not. Ooh.
I'd like to see the company details of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Certainly, sir.
Oh, I think. Oh, excuse me. After this mission, I'm gonna call it for the stream. I'm pretty pooped.
All those suburban sons of bitches ought to be listed in here.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, come on. Right.
Courtney, for God's sake. What's he got to do with this? I'd like information on a plot of land.
Okay, do you have the address?
Not exactly. It's a new lot.
Yeah.
I have the coordinates.
34
degrees.
I'm not exactly subtle, am I?
Seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
All right, that makes it a bit more difficult. Come with me. I believe that is in the Wilshire area. Here.
Oh, God.
4 degrees, 4 minutes, 29 seconds north. 118 degrees, 17 minutes, 58 seconds west.
Oh. A long way.
The lot
Found it.
number's 1876988.
Unfortunately, that is just the beginning. We have at least 1 million lot numbers in the Los Angeles area.
Brilliant.
Registrations are in alphabetical order. You need to convert your lot number to a letter.
How do I do that?
Over here, use this adding machine. There are 90,000 entries to a book, so divide your lot number by 90,000.
Oh, God. We have to do maths?
1876988. Divided by
7
Yes.
6. What was it? 1876. One, 8, 7,
1,876,988 divided by 90,000.
9. What's the last two numbers? 18769. Oh, can we just go on here, look? One 876. 988. There we go. Easy mode.
1876988. Divided by
1, 8,
90,000, yes.
7, 6, 9, 8. 8 divided by 9, 0, 0,
1,876,988 divided by 90,000.
20?
20.
A starts at 0, so you want to add 1 to your number.
21.
That number is your letter of the alphabet. Once you have the letter, find the right aisle. You are in business.
You do this every day?
So what did he say? So 21. So what would that be in the alphabet? 0 is A. A, B, C. Is it? Yeah, it's W, isn't it? Of course it is. Q. Where's W? Where the frig is W? There it is. We were heading in the right direction. Or not. It's not W. Okay. Honestly, I have no idea. X. Nope, it's definitely not X. Oh, it's here. Okay.
Let's see what the site is worth to them. $1,876,988. The book value is $350. With the new home in place, the improved value of the property is $3,500.
Oh, that was you.
They can make a killing. But how do they pull it off?
Oh, crap.
The caddy? The extra trunk space.
One thing you learn in the war, boys. You do your talking once the smoke clears.
Oh, Christ.
Throw out the guns.
He's there, right there! Kill him!
Oh, heavens, that was close.
Weapons on the ground, now! How long do you think you can hold out?
It was 20 then, not 21. Really? Okay. That's strange.
You want me? You got me.
Oh, Christ.
Let's see if I can put one right between your eyes.
Christ. Just missed.
Oh, let me go, please. Either that or they did count A as one. I honestly have no idea. Yeah.
I need a word, Courtney.
That's okay, Jack. You didn't need to come all the way down.
It's important, Courtney.
How can I help?
Tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
What are you talking about?
Don't fuck with me, Courtney!
Jack, I swear, I don't know what you're talking about.
How does your name appear as one of the investors in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
You're out of your mind.
I was down at the Hall of Records checking on a property company called Elysian Fields Developments. Their funding comes from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Seriously, Jack, I have no idea.
Your name is there, Courtney, with some pretty interesting company. The mayor, the district attorney, some dirty cops, and your buddy, Dr. Harlan Fontaine.
Dr. Fontaine?
Spill it, Courtney. I want all of it. Fontaine and the rest.
Fontaine took the morphine off our hands. Look, Jack, I know you said to get rid of it, but it's okay. I did something good for once.
Perhaps not.
He invested the money for us. That's it. That's what's happening. They're building houses for GIs, Jack. I turned a mistake into something beneficial. Something that's going to help out the guys.
Courtney, they're building matchstick houses. They're going to burn them for the insurance money. They'll probably stiff the poor bastards for the deposits.
Please, Jack. Say it isn't so. Harlan's a doctor. A good one. He helps out a lot of people.
It's not.
It's like he's helping himself, Courtney. You're the fall guy.
Sorry, bro. It is so. Unlucky, broski. There is telephone. Where? Where? There.
Jack Kelso.
Who's asking?
Leyland Monroe.
I was wondering when you'd get around to calling.
I'd like to meet with you, Mr. Kelso.
I bet you would, Mr. Monroe. But I value my skin highly enough to not want to meet with you. Why don't you just send some more of your boys around and we'll have a nice cup of tea?
You realize that I could make you a very wealthy man, Mr. Kelso.
I have eyes.
$220 a month?
You're a very witty man, Kelso.
What do you mean I have eyes?
I'm going to have to let it slide, Mr. Monroe.
Are you haggling with me, Jack?
I might be.
Come around to my place at 9. 5164 Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, where's the phone?
Mike.
Lol.
Good night, Mr. Monroe.
No, I don't recognize him. Should I? Should I? Oh, me. Sorry, that was disgusting. Yeah, should I recognize him? Oh, me. John Noble. I still don't know who John Noble is.
I appreciate the help, all of you. We can reminisce later. I want a minimum of noise and no prisoners.
No prisoners? This isn't Peleliu, Jack.
These guys are grifting GIs. That's what they do for a living.
It's okay, Jack. We all feel the same way. Just hasn't turned out quite the way we imagined.
Let's get it done. Teams of 2 at the ready.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Keep your head down!
Nice garden for a fight, it really is. It'd be nice if the AIs did some shooting as well. Oh no, they are slowly thinning them out. I meant to try. Yeah, that's true. I am.
How long do you think you can hold out?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Don't forget I am lazy, so...
Nailed that son of a bitch.
See, I killed one. Two.
Come get me. Two of them on your right. Your move, mister. Come get
Throw
me.
out the gun. I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
Killed a few of them.
Weapons on the ground now.
Where's this other one? Great place to hide. Absolutely amazing place to hide.
This one's got your name on it.
Right in the gonads, yeah. He definitely got a few good up. Where's the other guy? Yeah, that would hurt a lot. This can't be one of the last missions.
All right, men, hold the perimeter. I got personal.
They did knock
business
my
with
hat
Mr.
off.
Leland Monroe.
They did. Can we pick up his hat? No, but we can pick up the weapon. I'll take that. How do I get in? Through this door?
What?
Why is it not showing up that they're an enemy? There's a newspaper there, but it's not letting me pick it up. Interesting.
There he is! Blast him! Stay down, damn it!
Oh, bless him, he got one more shot off before he died. Oh, what's she doing here?
You're a very sweet-looking girl to be holding such a big gun.
I know how to use it, mister.
I'm sure you do. So how about pointing it over there in the direction of Hollywood instead of at me, Princess?
You're quite the wise guy.
That's quite a big
Don't
gun.
normally shoot women, Princess. How about putting the cannon down?
Oh. What the fuck?
I didn't think you had the guts, sweetheart.
Should already dropped the gun, dickhead.
I was never very good at reading women.
Wow.
Monroe! Where are you, damn it? You're surrounded and your buddies are dead!
Oh shit. I'm guessing that
How long do you think you can hold out?
we go upstairs. Ah! Oh, this is stressful. So where do we go now then? In here? Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? You definitely wouldn't just stand there. Okay. Through here?
Yeah, Kelso.
That's my opening negotiating position.
Oh, you crazy son of a bitch!
Well, fuck.
How did you get in here? I'm bleeding to death. Get me a doctor.
I thought I had an invitation, Monroe. Your boys outside were certainly expecting me. That's my second offer.
You sadistic bastard! What do you want?
I have no idea, Custard. This game is
Then I want you to
scuffed.
tell me what you know about the mayor and those Trojan
Scuffed
houses
hard.
that you're building.
Oh, 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 oh.
The Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Remind me what they say about absolute power, Monroe.
Absolute
Fuck you,
power.
Dr. Fontaine, I need to speak with you urgently.
Sit down, please.
Sit
Tell me
down,
about the Suburban
please.
Redevelopment Fund.
It's the fund we are using to channel money into the development of new houses.
Why is my name on the board of managers?
Technically, you are a major contributor. Please, Courtney.
Those houses are a sham, Doctor. They're going to be burned for the insurance.
That's a scandalous allegation, Courtney.
Oh, excuse me.
Kelso, an investigator for California Fire and Life, has seen them. He was almost killed when he found out what was going on.
I don't know what to say. I feel that I have been duped. Who do you think is behind this subterfuge?
Jack says it's a property developer named Monroe. He said it goes all the way to the mayor.
You cannot have believed that I was.
Yeah, he's dead. There's no way he's getting out of this.
I hope that you weren't involved.
Thank you for your trust, dear boy. Be still, Courtney. All of your troubles are finally over. Let them go.
Did he just dope them up?
Let them drift away.
Oh, he's definitely doped up now. He's either doped up or dead.
Some sold up. The others obviously didn't know the lengths these sons of bitches would go to.
What's in here then? A little black book?
That's a hell of a payroll.
It is. Oh, do I see? Oh no.
I'm guessing Benson's portfolio is only a fraction the size of yours, Monroe.
Oh, what's this? Well.
Smart. Keep the dirt on Fontaine under lock and key. This is your insurance.
Heavens.
It can't be stopped, Kelso. There's too much money at stake.
Kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, Monroe. Ask the Emperor of Japan.
Have some fucking mercy!
Operator, put me through to Phelps, arson squad. Yeah, Biggs, it's Jack. I'm at Monroe's. He's in a talkative mood. If you get here in a hurry, you might get something before he bleeds to death.
Oh, God.
Elsa.
Oh, thank God.
Where? Fontaine. Dead?
Wait, what?
So that crazy son of a bitch finally came back for a checkup.
Oh,
It's
no.
Monroe. He's raving.
You want information, cocksucker. You get me some medical help.
I've got to go, Herschel. Monroe's negotiating again. Do you want my final offer, Leland? Tell me how I find the guy who has Elsa.
Not Casey. He did whatever Fontaine asked. He had some kind of power over him. He did all the fires, and then he went off the rails. I don't have a fucking name! He worked as a bug sprayer. Get me a goddamn doctor!
I'd shoot him in the other leg.
Come you son of a whore! Get me a goddamn doctor!
We'll just shoot him in the head. Pardon me.
Any news from Jack? There's a statewide APB out on him.
Jack's okay. He has something up his sleeve. He's not worried about being
You'd
caught.
go for the dick, yeah, that's true.
We go after the other side of the equation. Jack has a legion and its cronies running scared. We go after the doctor and some of the other guys.
But the whole department breathing down our necks.
It's time for action, Herschel. It's time for change. Jack's crossed the we have to be on the other side right now.
Christ, what was that?
Explosion.
Was that a nuclear bomb?
Something big.
You think it's the Reds? You think those Rusky sons of bitches that dropped the H-bomb on us?
Calm down, Herschel. We need to be ready for the call.
I'm not waiting for an invitation. Get in the car and head for the cloud. KGPL can give us the details on the way.
All units, reports of an explosion. Location, military location in south of Santa Monica. West of, stand by for further.
Heavens. It was a big old explosion, wasn't it?
Reports an explosion downtown. Repeating, 88K is reporting an explosion downtown. All units, stand by for further.
Downtown? Can't be.
All units, explosion. Location is somewhere closer. 14 Adam reports. Units, stand by for further.
Oh my Christ. Huh. Typical people looting.
We have looters around the corner. Cuff them or put them down. We need to get this area under control.
Shoot at cops, you little prick! Get that bastard, Cole! Now ain't the time to be looking for
Bye. You dead, bitch.
The commander will want us at the scene. Let's go.
Jesus. I've never seen that.
Oh god, yeah, I definitely would.
I wish I could say the same. It's like a bomb's gone off. Jesus Christ. Poor people.
We gotta find out what went down.
Oh heavens. It's quite a big big explosion.
What in God's name happened here?
Wasn't nuclear.
Yeah, how is it no longer on fire?
From the radiation.
That's reassuring.
That's true.
What's radiation?
Everyone inside the factory was vaporized. I mean, look at the size of that crater.
What's going on over there?
The mayor is going on television, appealing for calm.
Television? Who can afford one of those things?
Anything to go on?
You're looking at the remains of Nicholson electroplating. I have an idea of what might have caused the explosion, but I'm only guessing. Have a look around the
Unless it
rubble,
wasn't a
see if you come
fire
up.
explosion.
Worlds turn upside down.
Then it's time for us to do our jobs.
Oh, they definitely did. I mean, was it on fire? My mistake. Is that a hand? Oh, someone's dead under there. Whoops.
That's it, Mr. Mayor. We're wrapped.
Well, good. Thank you very much, son. And you think it went okay?
Couple of hiccups, sir, but that's to be expected. Nobody's ever done this before. We'll get better with practice.
That maybe goes for me too, son.
Oh heavens.
What do you think, son?
No, Mr. Mayor, you came across this, very...
Part of someone's shirt.
Looks like all that's left. Try the laundry tag.
Detective, you seen this yet? Come take a look.
Oh.
Blew the locker open, but shielded the contents. Let's see what we got in here.
What is it?
A substitution cipher. The Germans used them in the war.
These are cipher rings.
Oh God, not more smarts.
Deal with them?
Maybe. I use them in OCS. These first letters are the cipher key. The rest of the message should align itself.
H equals K. So. H equals K, 133. Oh, I see. So. K is N. V. Is that how it works? E. R. Never. J. M. O. Nevermont? Huh? What does that mean? What? I don't understand this. So H equals K. What does it mean? Like that. I don't know. Let's see if we can.
Tomoko Akamoto. Japanese name.
Figure something out.
Any ideas, Herschel?
None that I care to utter for public consumption.
It's a camera.
Oh, only OSS agents use these things. We'll need to get the film developed to see if there's an espionage angle.
Oh, in Vermont. Because in Vermont. X. A. North Vermont Avenue.
It's an address. 133 North Vermont Avenue.
Okay. Someone's hand there as well. Gross. Yeah, I didn't until I re-looked. Ooh, what was that?
Probably nothing.
Okay. Some poor bastard shoe.
No good to me.
I thought 4-Vix was a tough break.
Oof. Rip. Rip. Rip in pieces. Literally.
Hey, detective! I think I got something here.
As if we both said that at the same time. That's pretty funny.
Any idea what this is?
A very large egg cup? A Viking helmet? How would I know?
Looks to me like some kind of machine component. An airplane part, maybe.
Oh, we've found and inspected the prop spinner, whatever that means. Clearly there was some shady shit going on here.
I'm Fred Nicholson.
This is your place?
What's left of it? 32 years of work up in smoke.
Okay.
Tell us what happened here.
Our chief chemist, Harold McClellan, was using this area to test the new process.
And what exactly is this new process?
That's classified information, son.
Of course it is.
We'll need
Oh,
word.
fucked it.
Has anyone accounted for him yet?
Not that I've heard, no, but look around you, kid. Do you like his chances?
Who is Tomoko Akamoto?
Dr. McClellan's personal assistant. She came highly recommended.
Akamoto was involved in industrial espionage. Was she working for you or for a foreign government?
That's a ridiculous assertion. How can you possibly say she was a spy?
Because, oh mate.
How many of your other employees carry spy cameras in their handbags?
Exactly, brother.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, she was selling me out.
If she wasn't a foreign spy, who could she have been working for?
There could be other plating companies, but the big customers for the process are the aircraft manufacturers. Lockheed, Boeing, Hughes, North American.
Hey, Lockheed, I know that name. Boeing, I know that
What
name.
can you tell us about McClellan?
A brilliant chemist. He approached me a few months ago with the idea for the new process.
So no one has ever done this before?
No, but it's legitimate research.
So you thought McClellan could do what no one else could do. You were prepared to take that risk.
Look, he was a trained chemist, and his ideas could revolutionize electroplating.
And you would be rich.
I'm a businessman. What's wrong with turning a buck?
You blew up 6 blocks.
Oh, God.
God knows how many people are dead.
I regret that.
That's laudable.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nicholson. Can you send us Dr. McClellan and Miss Akamoto's personnel files?
I will if I can find them.
By the way, we also found the collar of a shirt. It has a laundry tag.
They're likely to be Dr. McClellan. The majority of people who worked here don't use a laundry service.
Oh, heavens.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are
Let's
we
go
going?
to the deciphered address.
You think McClellan went up in smoke? Or is he still alive?
You could ask the same question about Tomoko Akamoto.
I guess you could. You got an answer.
Well, we just
Not
smashed
yet.
into something.
But I'm working on it.
Okay. Tomoko Okamoto.
Well, well. Why the cloak and dagger routine, Miss Akamoto?
Why indeed? Oh heavens, the place has been turned over.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you speak to someone at the Army Air Force Base for me, please?
Of course, Detective.
Tell them I have what I believe is an aircraft part. It's polished metal, light for its size, and it looks like a cone of some sort. It's stamped on the inside. P&W Wasp Major R4360.
I'll
God
get back
knows.
to you, Detective, when you check in for messages. Anything else?
No.
I need an address for Superior Laundry Services.
Okay, maybe there is.
Closest store to your location is in Wilshire, 4766 Melrose Avenue.
Thanks for your help.
Okay.
Somebody turned the place over. Better watch your step.
Someone clearly got hurt. Ooh, what's this?
You know what this is, Big?
Retired Los Angeles Police.
That apartment gives you one of those when you retire.
Hmm. Huh. I smell some sketchy shit.
Looks like we have a match.
Oh.
Interesting dame, this Akamoto.
Oh.
What is it exactly?
Microfilm. A document shrunk to the size of your thumbnail.
Heavens.
Broad must have amazing eyesight.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god. Oh fuck, I wasn't expecting that.
You think I could fit in there? I couldn't fit in there.
I'd like to think you would have had something more to say about getting shoved in a fridge, Herschel. One to the head, one to the heart. Point blank.
That literally scared the shit out of me.
Longines Lindbergh. Very expensive watch. Favored by flyboys. I always wanted one as a kid.
That's funny. As a kid, all I wanted was some food on the table.
Cheers? What do you mean?
Class ring.
Ah. Cheers. Cheers. I'll do a cheers.
Biggs, edge 525. I'll need a couple of black and whites at 133 North Vermont Avenue, Wilshire. We'll need an ambulance in the corner. Probably a team from technical services as well.
Cheers, cheers. What's your poison today?
You can drive.
So where do you want to go?
Malibu and Coke. Nice. Yeah, I'm 3 Coronas in and I'm feeling tired. Sorry, like 2 3/4 Coronas in. And I'm fucking shattered.
What do you need?
I am always
Phelps and
tired,
Biggs,
correct?
LAPD.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
have one of your laundry tags. Can you tell us who it might belong to?
Are you kidding? I got work to do, Mac. Here's the customer book. Knock yourself out.
Alright, bro. Jesus Christ, he's so angry.
J2620, Cole.
2620. Oscar Hangstrom.
Who is Hangstrom?
Could be someone else from the factory. Does he have an address?
No. Dead end. Thank you for all your help, sir.
Help, in inverted commas.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Oh.
Putting you through now.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247. Messages, please.
You need to call Ray Pinker urgently.
Ray Pinker.
Can you put me through?
It's ringing now.
We're on our way in.
Nix that. I got a message from Lindbergh Field. An airplane tech there identified your part.
Okay.
What is it?
He said it was a prop spinner from either a Corsair or a B-50.
A what?
Fits over the center of the propeller and protects the pitch gearing.
So it's a military part.
Could be, but get this. The Spruce Goose runs 8 Wasp R-4360s. I think you better get over there and check it out.
Okay.
We're on it. I need an address for an Oscar Hangstrom.
Excuse me.
Thanks,
oh my
man.
god. I need to stop. I also need to stop having an afternoon in the
You
evenings.
drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Train my body to not sleep till like midnight. And try and get as many streams in for the next month because yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll only be able to stream like once a week.
Can you state your business?
When I'm working at the pub, unfortunately, and probably when I've got my kid. So I'll stream when she's gone to bed.
Without authorization from military HQ, you won't be allowed onto this facility.
What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? Hey, Biggs. You're not still with the LAPD.
Right so, mates. Can you help us out here?
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
Yeah, it sucks.
We're working the big explosion at the electroplating plant. I found a part there that belongs to one of your planes.
I work head of security for Mr. Hughes now. I'll take full responsibility. I'm sure we can clear this up. Follow me. It's the big hangar. You can't miss me.
Who is Mapes? And what's his connection to Howard Hughes?
Vernon Mapes used to work Advice. Word is he runs fuck pads for Hughes' starlets.
A pimp. Earl and Mapes would seem.
Mapes was the role model for creeps like her.
Follow me.
I think it's more feeling anxious that I haven't done it in
Good day,
since March 2020. No. Yes, March 2020 was the last time
Nothing really
I pulled a proper
Mr.
pint.
Hughes believes so. Amazing, isn't she?
So, this is the Spruce Goose.
Jesus Christ, Biggs. You want to get me fired? Mr. Hughes hates that fucking name.
It's the H4 Hercules to you.
You mind answering?
So yeah,
Only
and
burning, kid. Fire away.
just being around people again. Do you know what I mean?
About the explosion that happened at Nicholson Electroplating this morning.
No more than anyone else.
Well,
Heard
I
the
mean,
boom while I was shaving. Almost shit my pants. Thought it was Pearl all over again.
But you had no personal contact with any of
yeah,
these
same.
employees.
I mean, you have the
And
same
you have no
feeling
idea
as me
what caused the
because you've
explosion.
worked
I'm in security.
retail.
I handle Mr. Hughes' personal interests, if you get my meaning. I'm not directly
Apart from
involved.
this is like that, but times 100 because they're just drunk assholes.
Do you know Tom?
I mean,
McCarthy?
I'll be fine.
Never heard
I'll
of
be
him.
fine.
Why?
You don't happen to wear an LAPD tie pin, do you, Mapes?
Sometimes. I have a couple of them from my days on the force.
It's like dealing with adult toddlers.
Do you know the chief chemist at Nicholson Electroplating, a Harold
Yeah.
McClellan?
Yeah.
I've heard of the guy. He was pitching some fancy process to the company.
And were
Fucked
you
it.
interested?
The slide rules and lab
I've not
notes are
come
all
across any drunk Karens yet.
if he could get it to work.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Mapes. Do you mind if we have a look around while we're here?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Not
Want to
yet.
take a look inside her?
Mainly because if I knew they were around, I'd get the others to serve them. Linseed oil.
McClellan's process was going to replace all this.
Where do we go? Can we go up here? Let me up the ladder. Oh my god. Yes. Thank you.
Great.
Latitude 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. Longitude 76 degrees,
Oh, me.
west. .76 degrees west. 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. .76 degrees west. 24 degrees, 15 minutes north.
76.
76 degrees west. 24 degrees, 15 minutes north. Let's see where this is exactly.
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas? Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh. I'm just not used to working on a Friday. I'm sure it'll be okay when I start my proper job again.
Looks like Mapes' office is in the far corner. Let's go see what he's hiding. Think that code comes from up over them.
Where's his office? Where? Oh, right, like up here. How do I get up there then? In here? Up here. That's locked then. What else have we got to find? No? Yeah, he doesn't climb great, does he? Why can't I get up here then? What's up here that I can get at? That's weird. Like, there's literally nothing. Oh, I see. His office is here. But if he was a good military person, he would keep his office locked. Well, he's clearly not a good military person, then, is he?
Nothing significant. Optimistic, Cole.
Yeah.
That is Marie the Body McDonald.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does.
No idea what relevance that has to the case, but hey ho. A pistol.
Circumstantial.
Alright, well, is that it? There's still evidence for me to find. Still something for me to find. Where, though? That's the question.
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
No, I think it might be.
Your motors.
Do you mind if I take a look at the prop spinner?
We're getting her ready for sea trials, so be quick about it.
No, I've looked in the plane. Oh.
What is the oily covering on the metal?
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
Gross. Ah, we found them all. Okay.
Let's see what Pinker has first. He's probably done tinkering with that camera by now.
Cheers, bro.
Thanks for the tour, Mapes.
Always happy to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers?
No.
You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy, Vernon.
So nice, aren't they?
You're behind the wheel.
All right, where to?
So McClellan was selling his new process to Hughes and cutting out Nicholson.
Looks that way. This would never go all the way up to Hughes. You would have middlemen deal with stuff like this.
Someone like Mapes.
The word middleman was invented for guys like Mapes.
Oh shit, here we go. Where have we gotta go?
Any messages for me, Hopkins?
Not many you'd want to hear. Newspapers wanting interviews and rookies cussing you out mostly.
Nothing else.
Pinker wants you in tech services. Maybe you'll be more popular downstairs.
Okay.
Find the goddamn evidence.
Well, let's go downstairs then, bro.
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you.
Where do you stand?
I think you're a good cop, but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out
Oh,
of politics,
God.
Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs. You can use the magnifier. There's
Okay.
quite a lot of detail.
Ugh.
Very funny.
I think you're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
Sorry. That is not the Phelps we know. That's bad, right? That's not just me, right? That's just bad. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, it's our dead man.
Bringing the Watcher a match for our John Doe. He's obviously the competitive bid. Can you get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy?
It's already on its way.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator, and playboy. And Vernon Mapes, ex-dirty cop and business fixer. I found a similar tie pin along with a dead guy in a fridge.
Hmm.
Hey, I gave his wife a tap. I said all's fair in love and war.
Excellent photography, Tomoko. So Tomoko had the goods on McClellan.
Oh, excuse me.
They blew the place to hell. Is this McClellan? Can anyone make out the street number behind him?
Are you kidding? With my eyesight?
27 West something? Wait, what? Street number behind them?
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. One drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the Petri dish.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it to get that desk.
Did he say one drop from each?
It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
Can you guys knock it off? Everyone's still jumping from that band this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took
Oh,
a couple
Jesus.
years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
I think so. Acetic anhydride is almost as explosive as nitro, and when mixed with perchloric acid, it's very unstable. It needs to be cooled constantly. We used linseed oil. You could add any organic compound to trigger an explosion.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using a 100-gallon vat.
Oh, wow.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap.
That's the creep. Walked out on his wife.
Didn't walk out my wife. Leave me alone, dickhead. Jesus Christ.
You know the way. You can drive.
House in photograph. Set as destination. Christ knows how we're going to find the unidentified house. God damn, she ain't real. It's real to me, god damn it.
This place stinks of petroleum.
Avgas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor. Hangstrom is flying today on TWA.
Hangstrom is dead, Cole.
Hmm.
Why leave your ticket behind?
Nips is cleaning up.
Ah. It's all Hangstrom.
Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man.
There you go.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now! Look, by the
fuck.
stove! Shoot the gas line, Cole, we're out of here!
Where? What gas line? Ah! Run! Run! Run, 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 run! Run, 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 run.
There you are, shitheel. Come on, he's not getting away from us.
Oh god, not another driving one. Oh god, not another driving one. Please, 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 please.
It's no good. We need to get closer.
Yeah, I know that. Ugh, come on. Oh, God. Shit driving.
You security men, Cole. Stay on Mapes. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker.
Well, that was an accident.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Oh, God, please. Please. Come on. We can do it. Yeah, I'm definitely going after this this mission, guys and girls. I am knackered. Is it me or is the back of that car really glitched out?
Stop right there. Get out of the car slowly. Fire a warning round.
We're gonna have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight,
Aim at
Cole.
the tires. Lay down some covering fire. I'm covering you.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you
How
mean?
long
What
do
do
you
you
think you
mean?
can hold out?
By the car. Oh no, it was at the back. It was at the back of the car. Like the rear end of the car looked scuffed.
I got you.
Shit, really hurts.
Suppressing fire.
You're surrounded, and your buddies are dead.
Oh, the only way I'm going to do this is push. Is that more police turned up?
He wants to play cat and mouse? Fine. Let's go and get his ass.
Didn't matter how. Oh my god. We've shot and killed 100 bad guys. Oh no. Perhaps it is just the cut. No. Is it? Glitched. Is it? I can't tell. Is it me or does it look glitched out to you? Definitely, it doesn't look right, does it? Hold on a second.
Find some cover! Stay in cover! You're covered! Stay down! I'm covering you! Stay in cover!
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's... Yeah, it's not, it's not proper, is it?
I got it. You're covered.
Can we go through the... Right, where are the bad men?
I'm covering you!
Oof. Oh, he's dead now.
You're gonna have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes. The guy had good, honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps, but between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade.
Well, on that note, do we do another one? No, we're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna call that out for the stream for tonight. Yeah, it's been a good one. Excuse me. But yeah, I won't be back now until Tuesday at the earliest. I might do a Sunday stream, possibly. But we shall see. See how the weekend goes. Yeah, thank you for everyone that's looked around and just generally supported. You know, I love each and every one of you. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye!